What's going on, everyone? This is Kera Sanchez, your editor-in-chief of MILSPO Social Co magazine. And to be honest, this summer has been quite the doozy for me and did not at all go as planned. And I felt the need to jump on and just share a little bit about what's going on and just ensure you that we're not going anywhere. We just had to take a little bit of a pause. So for those of you who do not know me, hi, my name is Kera Sanchez, and I am the editor-in-chief of MILSPO Social Co magazine. And I am a military spouse. I'm a Navy wife, and we are stationed near Annapolis, Maryland. And my journey with magazines actually started almost 3.5 years ago, with a completely different niche. And this is something that I'm currently working on as well. I tag team, and I go back and forth between my two niches. But my initial stint with magazines is with Get Griefy magazine. And, I got started because, everyone says magazines are dead. Well, unfortunately, my mom died, right? And the only thing that got me through my healing journey was finding community, finding a place to express myself, allowing my grief to be witnessed, and really giving myself a creative outlet. And so a magazine kind of achieved and accomplished all of those things. And I realized quickly that I also wanted to have a palate cleanser, something that wasn't grief related. And because I had learned so much from my entrepreneurial journey with Get Griefy, then I decided to go ahead and start MILSPO Social Co magazine. And so that's why so many of you are here, is because of the Military Spouse magazine that we have built on empowerment, leadership, entrepreneurship, basically female spouses who are military affiliated that unfortunately due to our lifestyle, we have to put sometimes our careers on hold. And what many of us have decided is to pivot and try something new because the old way of life wasn't working for us. And that's exactly what I did, right? I am coming from a background as an educator. I was a high school Spanish teacher. The only design skills that I have was making killer slide decks for my students. And here I am today. I just actually submitted my work for an emerging designer for a Women in Design contest for Indigo. And we'll see what comes of that. I'm really just crossing my fingers and hoping that I can get some acknowledgement and recognition for what I think is pretty good work, considering I have absolutely zero training or background. But with that being said, I know it's been kind of quiet around here, and typically that is not my style. My style is go all in, go ham, go crazy, and post and continue to engage my community and keep pushing forward. But unfortunately, this summer it had different plans for us and our family. So unfortunately, we lived through another loss this summer. My father-in-law passed away. So my husband now has 0 parents, and I only have one remaining surviving parent. And, as a military family, sometimes, I know that many of you out there understand how hard it is to kind of have to do things on your own, with many of our families being located in other locations throughout the world. But I think it feels extra scary when you realize how permanent it is. Like, you can't go home and still see them. Like, that's it for us, And so it's been a hard summer in the sense that we had to, unexpectedly go home for a few weeks and take care of a lot of the logistics that come after the death of a family member. And, right now I'm on cycle for Get Griefy, and we are going to be launching a kids issue in about a week. And it's just been draining. It's been a lot. And so with that being said, this summer has been filled with pivots, and a lot of them are pivots that are unexpected and things that I have zero control over. And so the reason I want to talk with everyone today about this is because we have to give ourselves grace as people, women in business, women who are building. Life sometimes just happens. And I guess I just want to remind you all that you have permission as the creators of your own destiny, your own business, to do what you need to do. Sometimes the priority needs to be putting your family first. Sometimes the priority needs to be to take a pause, take a beat, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and the work will still be there when you get back. So, with that being said, I know that so many of you have applied to be part of issue 3. I'm working on getting through all of those applications and sending out messages to people who I think would be a really good fit for issue 3. Issue 3 is in full production mode as we speak. We're going to go ahead and get started on making sure that issue 3 is going to be ready for the fall. And yeah, I promise we didn't go anywhere. I promise I'm not ghosting you guys. I also fully realize that in the military spouse community, sometimes initiatives or the shiny new thing, it comes out in a burst, and then it kind of fizzles out and then it goes away. I promise that's not what's happening here. It was just a rough summer. So with that being said, my kids are going back to school on the 31st of August, and I really want to take the time to soak up that time with them. And I'll slowly be working on this issue, but once my creative freedom is back and I have more time, I promise you things are going to be moving at an exponential pace. So with all that to say, I just want to say thank you all for the patience. Thank you for sticking around. And, you know, if being involved in our magazine is something that is calling to your heart, I highly recommend you reach out. We have so many different opportunities. And we also have an Insider Circle community. And essentially what that is you have opportunities to gain visibility, collaborate with the magazine and with other spouses on different initiatives and social media collaborations and activations to just give you more visibility in the space, being an active member of our community. And yeah, I just am really excited for what's to come, but I had to show face and just explain what's been going on, because I think that, you know, in this space, it's easy to want to cling to perfectionism, to want to cling to the fact that, you know, we have these goals for ourselves that if we don't achieve them, it feels a little bit, disheartening. And I'm just here to normalize and remind everyone that when we go through these types of issues and phases in our life, it's totally okay to put things on pause and come back when you're ready. So if you guys are just joining, I'm actually wrapping up, but I will go ahead and repost this, get this on our main feed, and just kind of give you a little insight again as to where the heck I was this summer. But anywho, really, really excited to get moving on issue 3 and keep the content and Substacks coming, newsletters coming, all of the things. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.